Hello, Misfits. This is Kevin.
And this is Kate.
Welcome to Horrorwood, Movie Edition.
Woo! Before we get really started, I need to take a sip of my matcha latte in my ghost mug.
I love that.
And it's a green drink and it just feels spooky and Halloween-y. Because this is our first episode in October. I am here for it.
I love
I'm loving it. I would like the weather to be October, but you know, we can't ask for the world, I guess.
We are just in this heat wave that's stuck from summer, from like
close
August.
to 90 degrees some days, which is bananas coconuts. Also, so I mentioned, I was like, you know what? Let me ask you. I have a question, an aesthetic Horrorwood headquarters question. I've been talking about decorating this space, and then I just haven't because I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. Also, money. So what do you think of taking the paint and painting the ceiling the same color as the walls?
I love that idea.
I think it could be cool. Matt's not sold on it yet, but I think it could be kind of cool.
I love that idea. I think it would add a little bit of something to the room.
And then I've been looking for a giant art piece for this blank wall because our crime couch backdrop needs work.
Okay.
So I was looking at like giant art pieces, but they're so expensive.
Yeah.
But you know what's not as expensive is hanging like a blanket or a tapestry.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that because that would also help with our sound. And like, that's easy to switch out. So we could do like spooky ones or like, I don't know, we could just like change that up every now and then.
Let's do it. I love this space.
I like this space. It doesn't feel Horrorwood enough to me.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. It's a great guest room, which is what this actually is. But I want it to feel a little bit more
on brand.
Our show.
Yeah. I get you. Anyway, Kate. We've been working on fall gift packages.
We have, which fun. By the time that this comes out, hopefully we'll have all those suckers sent out.
Yeah. We had a good time yesterday sitting down there. We watched some weird movies.
Yeah. Someone was like, because they saw the story and they were like, what movie was it? I told them it was Lady in White.
Oh, Lady in White.
Because it was like the cross between A Christmas Story and Hocus Pocus. Yeah. At least that's the vibe we got.
Did you finish The Haunting of Lisa?
I have no idea. Okay. If it was on, I'm sure it finished, but I know that Matt switched it over to sports at some point.
Fair.
Sports are big right now. It's playoffs.
Yes, there's a lot of things happening out there.
I like when Kevin tries to pretend that he knows what I'm talking about, and so he just agrees. He'll just be like, yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
Are the Cubs done yet? Do you know?
No, they're in the playoffs. They just won their game. I literally said on our way up the stairs, Cubs win. Cubs win.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Cool. Oh, wow.
When someone says Cubs, I think I black it out.
Sure.
Even though I enjoyed watching their game. So they're in the playoffs.
That one game.
So does that mean that they keep going?
That's what that means.
God damn it. Parking
no, it's
down
good.
there.
We want that.
So when there's Sunday games, I have rehearsal like literally right next to Wrigley Field. So parking is always a nightmare.
I see.
Well, go Cubs. I hope you do good. I hope you do great. I hope you win.
All right.
Maybe stop playing on Sundays. Just kidding.
Let's get into this.
Sorry. Too much banter.
Too much.
Okay, listeners and Kate, I'm switching that up a little bit. Today, I am taking you through my top 10 horror movies of the year.
Do you think you can get through all 10 in under an hour?
I think so, because here's what I did.
Okay.
I only let myself write 3 or 4 paragraphs per movie.
Okay, that still feels like a lot, but all right.
No, because it came out to 8 pages, which is usually an hour.
Oh, okay.
For me, how I write.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Speaking of horror, we had a real life horror show here the other day, and I didn't tell you about it.
Oh, tell me all about it.
I go to the back, it's like back to our bedroom to use the restroom. And Matt's in there swiffering between the rug and the mirror, which is an odd place to swiffer unless you're cleaning the whole house, but just to focus on that area, like something probably spilled or whatever. And I was like, what's up? And he said, oh, I was picking my foot and I didn't realize that it was bleeding. And so I noticed that I had gotten a little blood here and there. And I was like, okay. He's like, but I got it all, so it's good. And I'm like, okay, here's the thing. Matt's colorblind. Red is a color he doesn't really see very well. Blood is red. Mm-hmm. He did not see the blood. So I take a look and I peek in the bathroom, covered in blood. Our rug in the bedroom, covered in blood. Blood in the closet. Blood all over the bedroom floor. I said, did you go anywhere besides the bedroom? No answer. I walk out into the hallway. I'm like, you sure did. Blood all the way down the hallway.
How much blood was coming out of him?
Blood in the kitchen. Blood on the kitchen rug. I'm still finding blood.
Kate.
I'll point it out to you when we go down there.
Crime scene.
It's awful.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
And scary.
Also, like, who just picks their foot till it bleeds without even realizing it?
Well, I have dry skin on my leg and it'll get itchy sometimes. And then I'll wake up and there'll just be like a blood spot on my bed sheet. And I'm like, oops.
The amount of blood that this was, I feel like he should have noticed.
Like he's like, I picked my foot and like one of his toes came off.
Exactly. I mean, it might as well have.
Ugh. I was cutting veggies the other day and not with a knife. I have this thing that's like a square, a vegetable chopper.
Sure.
And I went to push down my green pepper onto the blade just to make sure it was on there. And it went through, but my finger went into it. And so you can still see it there, but it sliced and diced a bitch.
Yikes.
That was, it still kind of hurts a little bit.
Well, stop squeezing it.
I just go, I'm like, I'm bleeding too.
And that's the decoration for the office. It's just Kevin's blood.
Blood everywhere.
All right.
Yikes. Okay, sorry. Movies, top 10 of the year. Most of these came out this year in 2025. A few of them came out in 2024, but I didn't see them until this year.
Gotcha.
So that was kind of my criteria. There were a few that I left out, and I'll mention them at the end because I've talked about them a lot already, and they came out last year.
Oh,
so I didn't cover them on my episode last year. It was like that time in between October and the end of the year. But I'll give them a mention because you should watch them.
All right. I'm ready.
Okay. Number 10.
All right.
This was the movie I watched literally last night.
Okay.
It's called It Feeds.
Is it like a sequel to It Follows?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I think there is going to be a sequel to It Follows.
I haven't even seen It Follows yet.
It's good. You should watch it.
Yeah, Matt keeps telling me I should watch it.
So It Feeds is a 2025 Canadian supernatural horror film from Chad Archibald. I love that name.
Archibald.
Who both wrote and directed the movie. At the center of the story is actress Ashley Greene, who's best known from the Twilight series.
Yeah.
And she plays Cynthia, a psychiatrist with the unsettling ability to peer into her patients' minds.
Ooh.
She touches them, and she can see in there. It's like she becomes part of it. It's kind of The Cell-like with Jennifer Lopez.
Interesting.
So things take a dark turn when a young girl named Riley, who's played by Shaylin Martin, insists that something otherworldly is feeding on her. Cynthia's daughter, Jordan, who's played by Ellie O'Brien, refuses to stand by and gets pulled deeper into the fight against this mysterious force. The cast also includes Shawn Ashmore, who horror fans will recognize from The Ruins and Frozen. Frozen, not the Disney movie.
I assumed. I mean, I guess that could be a horror movie, however you look at it.
And there's a character named Agatha, who's played by Juno Rinaldi. She plays this wacky patient of Cynthia's, she was my favorite character.
Okay.
She's like a little bit of a comedic relief.
Okay.
I love her. There's also a pretty chilling presence in the form of the creature, which is performed by Brooklyn Marshall. The film premiered in the U.S. at Panic Fest on March 28th, 2025, which has become a go-to festival for indie horror debuts.
Where is that? Is that L.A. or?
Ooh, I don't know. Let's check it out. Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Reception was positive. Rotten Tomatoes showed nearly 9 out of 10 critics giving it thumbs up, and Metacritic listed it in the generally favorable range.
All right.
Reviewers picked up on its mix of creepy atmosphere and psychological depth. Some called it a confident but safe horror outing, while others highlighted how it tackles trauma in a way that resonates beyond the scares. So there were a lot of horror aficionados that I saw on TikTok that really liked this movie, which led me to check it out.
Yeah.
I have to say it was pretty fun, good pacing, spooky creature design. Acting was really good. And also, if you like Insidious, if you like the Insidious movies, I think you're going to really like this because to me, it really parallels that world.
Okay.
Which I really enjoyed.
Cool. It's called It Feeds.
It Feeds.
All right.
Fun trivia note is that the movie pairs Green and Ashmore, two actors with pretty deep roots in the genre projects, which made it a point of interest for longtime horror fans. So you've got these two horror aficionados in Canada, and they're going for it.
Woo!
I love it. Number 9.
It got real serious.
Real fast. Presents. And not presents, not gifts, if you will.
I assumed it was presents, like a presence.
Exactly. So Steven Soderbergh did this really unusual supernatural thriller called Presents. And it's one of those movies that sneaks up on you for sure. It premiered at Sundance in January 2024 and then finally hit U.S. theaters on January 24th this year.
Oh, wow.
Through Neon.
Okay.
The setup sounds like a standard haunted house story, but the way that Soderbergh plays it is completely different. The whole thing is shot from the perspective of the ghost itself.
Ooh, I like that.
He even handled the cinematography under his pseudonym Peter Andrews. He did the cinematography, filming the entire movie in a suburban house in New Jersey with just a Sony mirrorless camera and a stabilizer.
Oh, that's cool.
The result is this really stripped down, eerie experience where the camera literally is the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I loved this.
That sounds really cool.
I saw it in theaters. I made sure to.
Ooh, nice.
So the cast is led by Lucy Liu.
Never mind. I thought it was somebody else. Never mind. Dan, cut
You don't
that.
like Lucy Liu?
No, I do. But I had a different Lucy in my head. And it wasn't her, but yeah, she's fine too.
Okay, you went crazy for a second.
I did. I was so excited. Dan, you can leave it all in.
Oh, it's fine. So Lucy Liu plays Rebecca Payne, and Chris Sullivan plays her husband Chris, with Kalina Lang and Eddie Madej as their kids, Chloe and Tyler. Julia Fox is in this movie. Briefly, I love Julia Fox. It's a really quick thing. She plays their realtor, Cece.
Okay.
And she sells them the house. And West Mulholland plays Ryan, a new friend who kind of stirs up trouble in the family a little bit.
One of those.
Mm-hmm. The acting really grounds what could have been a simple gimmick, especially since the entire story stays inside the house and hinges on the family's unraveling dynamics. Because the camera never leaves the setting, you feel trapped right there along with them, with the ghost.
That's a really good idea. Like a good concept.
And it's not this like in your face jump scare spooky thing. It is spooky, don't get me wrong, but when you're seeing it from the ghost angle, it's like these little nuances that people will do as actors to like signify that they feel the presence of the ghost. Like there's painters who come over to paint the house when they first get it. And you see the ghost go in the room where the painters are. And the one guy's like, why isn't so-and-so here? And he's like, yeah, he won't come in here for some reason. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So the backstory of how the film came together is pretty interesting as well. Soderbergh came up with the concept after joking with his wife about a presence in their own home, which they nicknamed Mimi.
That's a cute presence name.
I like that for a presence. Even though his mom was a parapsychologist, he's personally skeptical about ghosts. But the what if idea was enough to spark this project.
Soderbergh's mom is a parapsychologist?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, that's fun.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
He started writing the script himself before handing it over to David Kopp, who fleshed it out and gave it the final twist. Filming took 11 days.
So fast.
And the budget was $2 million.
All right.
Soderbergh could basically do whatever he wanted without studio interference.
Yeah.
So when it came out, critics were into it. Though audiences were a little bit more mixed, I think it was very much marketed as a scary, spooky horror film. It is, but in a different way.
Okay.
You know, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
It's not the typical run-of-the-mill shit.
It hits, but it hits different.
Exactly, Kate. Thank you. So, yeah, it made about $11 million worldwide, considering the $2 million budget. That's pretty good. and some called it one of Soderbergh's best films in years.
Oh, wow.
While others thought the ghost's POV was just a gimmick. No, I don't agree. Still, the idea of Soderbergh quietly strapping on slippers to muffle his own footsteps while filming a horror movie in a New Jersey house is a pretty good bit of trivia. He would strap slippers on so you couldn't hear him walking around with the camera.
Well, yeah, you gotta be quiet. Quiet on set, bitches.
That's amazing. So I, again, loved it. It was atmospheric. You can't go wrong with Lucy Liu and Julia Fox. And there's a twist, which I didn't see coming. And it brings it into a whole new genre at the end.
Ooh, okay.
Which I was like, what the fuck?
All right.
Number 8, Red Rooms.
Never seen it. I'm curious if I've seen any of these on your list.
You will have seen at least a couple.
Okay. I don't have Shudder. We've talked about this.
I know. And Shudder's where I get most of my stuff.
Exactly.
Red Rooms is a Canadian psychological thriller from 2023 that really digs into the darker corners of obsession and crime. This is a crime thriller.
All right.
Horror. It's written and directed by Pascal Plante and stars Juliette Garippe as Kellyanne. This is a French-Canadian movie, by the way, which I'm okay with.
Okay.
There is a French movie on my list.
I'm surprised.
Me too, but it was good. So Kellyanne is a fashion model whose fascination with a high-profile murder trial takes her down a disturbing path. The film also features Laurie Babin as Clementine, another young woman who's caught up in the spectacle, along with Elizabeth Locas, Maxwell McCabe-Locos, Natalie Tanos, Pierre Chagnon, and Guy Falvet. I don't know if I pronounced any of those right, but we'll see.
They sounded great to me.
Thank you. So the story unfolds in Montreal during the trial of Ludovic Chevalier, a man accused of streaming snuff films on the dark web.
Ooh, don't do that.
It's unsettling.
I would imagine. I don't want to imagine.
Well, no, because it's teen girls. It's not like women. It's teenage girls.
Well, either way, I don't like it.
I don't either. But it's kind of crazy because it's from the perspective of people who are obsessed with serial killers.
Okay.
And they'll follow, they'll kind of fall for these people and then go to their trials and like.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right.
Yeah. But
Ew.
This takes a different turn.
That's always been so weird to me, that phenomena of like people that lust after these murderers.
It comes up a lot for both of us in stories. And it's like, I want to look into more of the psychology around that.
Yeah.
Because like we look at it from the perspective of like, this is insane. How could someone do this?
And then you wonder, what is it that draws them to that type of person?
It's scary because in my mind, it's like, well, maybe they're thinking, oh, that person actually had the wherewithal to do it. Like, wow.
Or is it that that person has become somewhat of a known figure? I don't want to say celebrity, but like a known figure in the papers because of their crimes. And like it's a feeling of wanting to attach to that kind of
notoriety.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Red Rooms first premiered at the Karlovy Vary International Film Festival in July 2023, which is already a sign that it was aiming for prestige and provocation. It sounds like this festival is very like avant-garde, like new kind of thriller. It then opened the Fantasia Film Festival in Montreal before getting a Canadian theatrical release in August of the same year. From the start, critics were impressed. It's the kind of movie that rattles you, but also sticks in your head because of how carefully it's put together. Juliette's performance was especially singled out as the anchor, pulling viewers into Kellyanne's detached, obsessive state of mind. Behind the scenes, production moved pretty quickly. It was announced in late 2022 and then shot over just 23 days in Montreal. Despite its modest production timeline, it doesn't look rushed. It has that polished, icy style that suits the subject matter perfectly. There's also an interesting tech angle in the story. Kellyanne has her own AI program named Guinevere, which she uses in her strange online routine.
Oh, I was looking at this study that came out the other day of they did brain scans of people who use ChatGPT and people who don't. And the brain scan of the people that use ChatGPT or whoever it was, I don't know who their subject was, but this particular scan, it's like mush. Like there's no real connections of information happening in the brain. Whereas the people who actually use their brain, all kinds of connections, everything's firing. And then, yeah, the ChatGPT, when it was almost blank, it was wild. I was like, this is what's happening. Like, it's kids in schools who use ChatGPT to like write their papers.
Well, and you can make it sound like anything you want.
And that's what's so scary. But I mean, to counter that, at least there are programs in schools that teachers just use and run it through. And they're like, okay, well, this you used AI for this, you plagiarized this, you know, like they do have some guards in place for that. And YouTube has cracked down on a lot of podcasts that just like essentially steal other content and then put it as their own.
Yeah.
And they've stopped monetizing those, which is great.
Yeah.
But it's just like the rate that it is progressing. I don't think those stopgaps are going to be able to keep up.
I don't think so either.
And AI will just figure out ways to
get around them.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's so scary when you see they're like they make full on commercials that are completely AI.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrifying.
Yeah. Just as terrifying as Red Rooms.
Yes. Tell me more.
Sorry to bring it back.
No, that was a great segue.
No, but so she uses Guinevere. She's like made her own AI system. She's a really tech savvy girl. A lot of reviewers pointed out how the movie tackles morbid curiosity in the digital era, which turned something that could have felt exploitative into a gripping character study. So for a movie that deals with such a grim subject, it managed to impress by staying smart, restrained, and deeply unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of those horrors that lends those unsettling parts to your mind. It's not very gory at all.
Okay.
But some parts of it are a courtroom drama, and you only hear noises or you see a quick screen grab because they never show you the snuff film. You hear the snuff film.
Okay.
All right, so that was Red Room.
Red Rooms. On to number 7. All right.
Clown in a Cornfield.
Oh, did I see this? I might have started this.
Okay. So Clown in a Cornfield is one of those slashers that wears its campy title on its sleeve, but still manages to pack in some surprises.
All right.
Directed by Eli Craig, the guy who did Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, Kate, I think you'll love it.
Okay.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil is this movie that is kind of a spoof on the backwoods drama. Not drama, not horror. I don't know why I said drama.
No, I got you.
Kind of like Wrong Turn-ish situation.
Okay.
So it's like these teenagers are going into the woods.
It's always teenagers.
But then it's like this story of these two guys, Tucker and Dale, who are like really good friends. They're very like redneck looking, but they're just going out into the woods for a fishing hunting trip. And every time the kids encounter them, it's like they're experiencing them as like horror characters when it's really just a mistake.
Oh, okay. I think I
like,
understand what you're saying.
He'll like be holding an axe and they're all like, what? And he's like, oh, no, I'm just like chopping wood.
Okay, yeah.
It's so funny.
That'd be fun.
It's so funny. So he directed it, and it was co-written with Carter Blanchard, and it's based on Adam Cesaire's 2020 novel. The movie premiered at SXSW in March 2025 and then got a theatrical release in the US on May 9th of this year.
South by Southwest, in case anyone's like, SXSW.
That's what it means. I forgot.
Yeah, South by Southwest.
Thank you.
No problem.
South by Southwest. It's right there. It takes place in the small town of Kettle Springs, Missouri, where Quinn Maybrook, played by Katie Douglas, moves with her dad, played by Aaron Abrams, only to find herself caught up in a string of bloody attacks tied to the town's creepy corn syrup factory mascot, Friendo the Clown.
I hate when I find myself caught up in a series of bloody attacks, especially when corn syrup's involved.
I know.
It's the worst. It's such a sticky situation. That was a dad joke. And I stand by it. You laughed.
I know. And it makes me think of those commercials when someone brings over a jug of that sugar juice in a 2-gallon thing to a kid's party. And the mom's like, well, isn't that full of corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup? And the mom's like, well, not really. And high fructose corn syrup is good in moderation. Do you remember those commercials?
No.
They were trying to make high fructose corn syrup like healthy.
What? It's like Sweetums on
know,
Parks and Rec.
Exactly. They were like, there's only a little bit, and it's not harmful to your child.
Wow.
I remember that.
Spoilers. It's very harmful.
Don't do it. Use it to make fake blood. Anywho, alongside Douglas and Abrams, Carson McCormick plays Cole, Quinn's new friend and the mayor's son. Kevin Durand plays Mayor Arthur Hill, and Will Sasso shows up as the town sheriff.
Am I supposed to know who Will Sasso is?
Will Sasso was on Mad TV. If you look up a picture of him, you'll know him immediately. I promise you.
I love the name.
So Sasso shows up as the town sheriff, with both of those people tied into the mystery in more ways than one. There's also Vincent Miller as Rust, Quinn's shotgun-wielding neighbor, who gets some of the film's wildest moments for sure.
Well, if you're a shotgun-wielding neighbor, I would guess so.
I like the character of Rust. He's very quiet and misunderstood, and you'll understand near the end.
All right.
It's a true ensemble slasher, where you can never quite tell who's going to make it out alive. I like it.
All right.
The production itself has a little trivia worth noting. Plans to adapt Césaire's novel were actually announced way back in 2020 after it first came out, even before it hit shelves.
Oh, wow.
Temple Hill Entertainment snagged the rights early, and by 2023, Craig was in Winnipeg shooting the movie in just over a month. The film was distributed by RLJE Films and Shudder.
Of course.
And it set a new record for IFC Films when it opened, bringing in $3.7 million its first weekend. Their biggest debut ever at the time.
Wow.
As for reception, it's been a mixed bag, which kind of fits for a movie like this. Rotten Tomatoes has it in the low 70s, with critics saying it doesn't reinvent the wheel, but still finds clever ways to keep things fun and gory. Bloody Disgusting praised Craig's balance of comedy and carnage, while Variety and The Guardian were less impressed, calling it derivative and cluttered.
Okay.
Audience's scores landed around a C+ on Cinema Score, meaning some folks wanted more, but horror fans appreciated the blend of old school slasher chaos with a few sly modern twists. This movie is what it's meant to be.
Okay.
Pure Halloween fun.
Yeah.
I wish I would have seen it in theaters. No, it's not a complete departure, but I liked the twist. There is a twist.
Okay.
And the cast is fun. There were some great comical moments. Not a perfect movie or story. This one is for your entertainment.
Okay.
Like when you and I watched Hard Eyes.
Oh, yeah.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
This is so much fun.
Gotcha.
All right. Number 6. The Vordelak.
Okay. I've not seen it.
The Vordelak is a French Gothic horror film from 2023 that feels like it came straight out of another century. It's directed by Adrien, which I don't know how you say it in French. Adrien Beau, making his feature debut, and he co-wrote it with Hadrien Bouvert.
And Hadrian and Adrian?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how we're pronouncing them in French, though.
All right.
The movie is based on Alexei Konstantinovich Tolstoy's 1839 novella, The Family of the Vordelak, which is one of the earliest vampire stories. The cast includes Casey Motet-Klein as a stranded French marquis, Ariane Labed as Stenka, Colin as Yegor, and Vasily Schneider as Piotr. It had its world premiere in Venice at the International Critics Week in September 2023, before opening in France that October, where critics were pretty enthusiastic about it. The story is set in 18th century Eastern Europe, and it follows the Marquis after he loses his horse and companions. This is during the war.
Gotcha.
He's waiting for Gorcha to return fighting the Turks, but Gorcha left with a chilling warning. If he came back after 6 days, he wouldn't be himself anymore.
Oh.
That looming threat hangs over the household, and from there the film dives into a mix of gothic melodrama, doomed romance, and creeping horror.
Oh.
What makes The Vordelak stand out isn't just the story, but how it's told. Beau shot the movie on Super 16mm film, giving it a grainy, textured look that feels ripped from a lost classic. It feels like an old movie. The soundtrack draws inspiration from Nino Rota's work on Fellini's Casanova, which adds a strange, almost Baroque mood. And in one of the most striking choices, Gorcha, the father, when he does show up after 6 days, isn't played by a living actor at all. He's a marionette.
Oh, okay. I was like, did they bring a corpse onto that set?
No, a marionette puppet. So Gorcha is voiced by Beau himself, the director. That eerie puppet immediately makes the film feel otherworldly and sets it apart from traditional vampire tales. I loved how it worked in the movie.
You know what? This sounds like it'd be a cool movie to see at Music Box.
Yeah, it totally
because of the
would.
atmosphere of it.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's well shot. And it's not even that there's like overly scary moments. It's just when this puppet shows up and you know that something is off. It's like,
Can you describe the puppet? Like, is it moving around? Is it talking? Oh, and you said it's talking because it's voice.
I'm going to show you a picture because it's on the movie page. Like, it's not a secret.
You know, that's not what I thought it was going to look like. That's less scary than what I thought it was going to look like.
Sure. But its mouth moves, its facial expressions move.
Yeah.
Like, it's unsettling.
I'm sure it is.
Critics really responded to Beau's bold style. On Rotten Tomatoes, it was sitting at 96%. Reviews called it visually rich and stylish. Metacritics gave it a solidly favorable score too, showing it's not just art house flair. People think it delivers on atmosphere and substance.
Okay.
For a debut feature, it's been hailed as a confident and memorable entry into modern Gothic cinema.
Sounds pretty solid.
Yeah, and I will say, you know, people looked at this and they're like, this isn't horror. And it's like, no, it definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a vampire tale.
A guy comes back and he's a marionette.
A Vordelak.
That's not a rom-com. That's horror.
That's horror. Imagine if I like knocked on your door, Kate, and I was like a puppet.
That's scary.
Sorry, right?
He just
that's
did a little
saying.
move. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't like it.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. This movie is eerie, especially because of the puppet.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'm sorry I ever doubted you.
No, it's okay. So, number 5, The Rule of Jenny Penn.
I've heard of this.
I've mentioned it to you because I know I want you to see it. I think you'll really like it. So, The Rule of Jenny Penn has been getting a lot of buzz lately. It's directed by James Ashcroft, who also co-wrote the script with Eli Kent, and it's based on a short story by Owen Marshall. The movie first premiered at Fantastic Fest in September 2024 before making its way through the festival circuit and hitting theaters in New Zealand and Australia on March 20th, 2025. It actually landed in US theaters earlier that same month and then rolled out in the UK, with Shudder and AMC Plus picking it up for streaming not long after, which is how I saw it.
Is this the one with John Lithgow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So the cast is what really turns heads. Jeffrey Rush plays Stefan, an aging judge forced into a care home after a stroke. And John Lithgow is Dave, a longtime resident who becomes a frightening presence. George Hanara shows up as Tony, a former rugby player sharing Stefan's room, and their dynamic is central to the story. You also get familiar New Zealand faces like Ian Mune, Jeanette MacDonald, and Nathaniel Lees in supporting roles. Seeing Rush and Lithgow go toe-to-toe gives the film this heavyweight stage play feel, even though it's firmly horror. I could see this as a bomb play.
Interesting.
It'd be amazing.
Oh, cool.
What makes it even more interesting is the production itself. They filmed in Taupo, Wellington, and Lower Hutt in New Zealand, using Waireki Resort as the main care home location, which adds to the authenticity of the setting, like since it's actually in a home-like setting. Yeah. Duh, bitch, me. Owen Marshall, the author of the original short story, even makes a cameo as an extra.
Oh, fun.
Which is a nice little fun detail I thought I'd sprinkle in there for you listeners.
I liked it.
The movie mixes psychological tension with unsettling set pieces, including a doll named Jenny Penn.
Why are there so many dolls?
And it doesn't shy away from its themes of aging, power, and cruelty in confined spaces. It's wild.
Yeah.
Like John Lithgow's character from the get-go just starts torturing.
Well, damn.
And
I bet he can play that so well.
Oh my God.
He's so good.
He's terrifying in this.
Maybe I'll have to watch it.
I'm not going to spoil it, but there's just one, like whenever he brings Jenny Penn around and he has her on his hand and he like puts him in her face and like shows his wrist and he's like, lick her. It's disgusting.
Ew.
It's terrifying.
All right.
Not saying you'd like it, but I think you would think it was a good movie.
Okay.
Reception's been a little divided, but pretty strong overall. On Rotten Tomatoes, it was at 71%, with critics praising Lithgow's performance in particular, calling it frighteningly unhinged. Metacritic had it at 66, which leans generally favorable. Some reviewers really went all in. Alex Billington at first showing called it an instant horror classic. And Stephen King himself praised it as one of the best films he'd seen that year.
King himself, the man of horror.
If he knows a good... And I follow Stephen King's recommendations. Because he recommended Late Night with the Devil. He recommended Talk to Me. And especially this, I was like, I have to see it.
Yeah. He knows a thing or two about horror.
I would say. I think so.
Now, his son, on the other hand, who thinks that woman was an extra in Jaws.
Hey, we love Joe Hill.
Did you see on the Spotify comment, someone was like, was Joe Hill high when he thought he saw her in that movie?
I mean, most likely, but, I don't look down on you. Love it. So the film also picked up some big awards. Ashcroft won Best Director at Fantastic Fest, and Lithgow and Rush shared the Best Actor award at Sitges. Is that how you say it? Sitges? Sitges, which gives you a sense of how much their performances anchor the whole thing. So yeah, that's The Rule of Jenny Penn. I loved it. It's very unsettling and disturbing. Just because these are the old guys.
These are old guys. They're unsettling and disturbing.
Well, just how it also, there's kind of an echo of nursing home abuse.
Ooh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how that can easily happen without anybody kind of investigating it or looking into it.
That's creepy.
Like how abuse can sort of just go on and no one believes you because you're an old person and they think you're going crazy or have dementia.
Yeah.
Yikes. All right. Oh my God. This is another French movie, my next one.
Wow, look at you.
Shit.
Maybe you're coming around.
I don't know. Number 4, humanist vampire seeking consenting suicidal person.
Oh, haven't heard the title, but it's gripping.
So humanist vampire seeking consent. Sorry, I'm saying it again. Humanist vampire, I'm just going to say it like that short, is one of those films where the title alone tells you it's not your typical vampire story.
Yeah, I picked that up.
Yeah. Director Ariane Louise Ziza in her feature debut and co-written with Christophe Benoit, the film flips the usual bloodsucker tale on its head. Instead of focusing on a ruthless predator, it introduces us to Sasha, played by Sarah Mompier, a teenage vampire who can't quite stomach the idea of killing.
Okay, I love that.
Oh, this movie's so good. There's definitely some comic elements to it. It's just, you'd like this.
Okay.
Things get complicated when she crosses paths with Paul, a boy with suicidal thoughts, played by Félix Antoine Bernard. Their strange but touching connection becomes the heart of the film. He feels suicidal. She doesn't know how to kill, and her family keeps trying to get her to go out and kill people for food. And then she meets the suicidal boy, and it's kind of this little sort of teenage romance story.
Okay.
I loved it. The movie has a very offbeat tone, part dark comedy, part tender coming of age drama. You'll recognize some familiar names in the cast. Steve LaPlante and Sophie Cadieux show up as Sasha's parents. Naomi O'Farrell plays her older cousin who tries to toughen her up.
Okay.
And Madeleine Peloquin appears as Paul's mother. It's a French language Canadian production shot in Montreal. Oh, sorry, French Canadian is what I meant. Which gives it this cool, moody atmosphere that fits perfect with the vampire theme. The film premiered at the Venice Film Festival in 2023 before heading to Toronto and other festivals, and eventually landed in theaters in Canada that fall. U.S. audiences got it in the summer of 2024 through Drafthouse Films, starting with runs in New York and Los Angeles. I didn't see it till it came to Shudder at the end of last year.
All right.
Very December. Critics were pretty charmed by it. Rotten Tomatoes showed a strong 90% approval rate, while Metacritic settled at a solid, generally favorable score. Reviewers highlighted how it's not just about horror or blood, but about loneliness, connection, and two outsiders finding each other in unexpected ways. There are some neat little trivia points, too. Sasha, while looking like a teenager, is technically 68 years old in vampire years.
Okay.
Which, it's kind of strange with Paul, who's an actual teenager.
I was going to say, if there's some kind of romance between them, that's odd.
I mean, I don't know so much that it goes into full romance, but it's nice because these two outsiders, in different ways, find this connection with each other.
Sure.
And find this sort of sense of belonging with one another. Stylistically, critics noted the film leans into European art house vibes, giving it a poetic edge beneath all the deadpan humor. It even made TIFF's Canada's Top 10 list for 2023,
All right.
cementing it as a standout Canadian film that year. So I love this. Spencer and I watched it together. He loved it. He's a cinephile. It's so good.
All right.
It's so good. I wish more people would talk about it.
Yeah. Is it only on Shudder? Do you know if it's streaming elsewhere?
Oh, I know it's on Shudder, but I can tell you guys because you'll want to know. It's on AMC Plus, Mubi. You can rent it on Prime Video for $4.59 and Shudder.
Well, there you have
as
it.
I read that out, it just popped up.
Of course.
We're on to number 3.
All righty.
Bring Her Back.
Oh, I know I've heard of this. I'm trying to think if I saw it. Tell me more.
The Philippou brothers, Danny and Michael, best known for Talk to Me with the hand, came back in 2025 with Bring Her Back, a nasty little Australian horror movie that shows they haven't lost their touch for unsettling family nightmares. They co-wrote it with Bill Hinsman and directed it themselves, and this time the story centers on 2 step-siblings, Andy and Piper, who end up in the care of an eccentric foster mother after a tragedy. Things start off strange and quickly spiral into occult territory, with the whole film leaning on atmosphere and dread. It dropped in Australian theaters on May 29th, 2025 through Sony's Stage 6 Films, with A24 handling its US release the following day.
Okay.
The cast is a mix of newcomers and veterans, which is a nice balance. Billy Barat plays Andy, carrying a lot of the film's emotional weight, while Sora Wong, who had no prior acting experience before landing the role, plays Piper. Sally Hawkins is...
Oh, I love Sally Hawkins.
Yeah, I love her. She plays Laura, the foster mother whose behavior shifts from odd to truly terrifying.
Okay, then I haven't seen this. Maybe we just were scrolling and this
maybe.
was one that we were thinking of, but I have not seen this because I would remember Sally Hawkins.
Yeah. Jonah Wren Phillips plays Oliver, the mute boy already living in Laura's house, and critics singled him out for making a familiar creepy kid character feel fresh. He's scary as fuck.
Okay.
Hawkins especially got universal praise. Some reviews basically said her performance alone was worth the price of admission and an Oscar nomination.
Oh, wow.
She's phenomenal in this movie.
Wow. All right.
Behind the scenes, the film has a couple of fun stories. The Philippous originally had been attached to direct a Street Fighter movie, but dropped out to focus on this instead.
Okay.
Wanting to make something inspired by old school psycho horror. They shot the whole thing back in their home state of South Australia over just 41 days, with Adelaide and its suburbs standing in for the story's eerie setting. And in a cool bit of casting trivia, Sora Wong actually got the part after her mom spotted the casting call on Facebook.
Oh, random, of all places.
That's crazy. I realized I didn't really give much of a plot thing here, but Andy and Piper, the siblings, their father dies at the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
And they have to go into foster care. And the foster system wants to split them up, but they refuse.
Yeah.
And so it's this woman, Sally Hawkins' character, who takes both of the kids in. Immediately, you can tell she does not like the older boy.
Oh, all right.
But she kind of goes toward Piper, who's blind
Okay.
in the movie. And I think that was part of why Sora got cast, because I believe she's actually sight impaired.
Oh, okay.
But things are strange. There's the little boy, Ollie, who's already there, and he's mute and he doesn't speak. And there's something off. The whole movie itself sort of opens with this found footage movie of something going on with some kind of way to bring someone back from the dead.
Okay.
Some kind of Russian ritual that's been caught on a handheld camera.
Okay.
Eerie as fuck with what's happening. But then you see that story sort of start to play out, hence the name of the movie.
Sure.
I want to watch this again because I went to see it at AMC and there were these fucking kids behind me who talked the entire time.
Ugh.
I was a Karen and I went out to the movie people and I was like, I know this isn't your fault, but I can't enjoy this movie. Can you do something? And people were coming in and out, but they would shut up, of course, every time someone came in.
Oh, of course.
So I was just thinking about that the whole time while all trying to watch this great movie. So I want to sit down by myself in my room because I think it's out now and just rewatch it.
Yeah, don't be that person in the theater that's like making noise and.
Also, they were kids. How the fuck did they get in there to begin with? They were not 18 or 17 or whatever the rated R thing is these days. Or do they even check anymore?
Isn't it like 13?
For rated R?
I don't know.
Ooh. Anyway, so when it finally hit theaters, Bring Her Back opened against Karate Kid Legends and still managed to exceed expectations, pulling in over $7 million opening weekend in North America. By September, it had made more than $39 million worldwide, which was a solid haul for an Australian horror project. But it's A24.
Yeah.
You have that name. You have Talk to Me as well, which also did amazing. And then you have Talk to Me 2, which is another movie that they're working on right now that hasn't come out yet. Critics were pretty positive. It sits at 89% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 75 on Metacritic, with reviews praising its tension, practical effects, and Hawkins's unhinged turn.
All right.
Some thought the story logic wobbled for the VHS occult segments. They thought it was a little gimmicky. I loved it. I liked the VHS segments. It was creepy.
Okay.
But almost everyone agreed that, it continues to cement the Philippou brothers as people that you need to watch in horror.
Sure. I mean, it sounds solid.
Yeah, it's great. And this was their second movie.
That's crazy.
And they were YouTubers before that.
Oh, really?
Like comedy YouTubers in Australia.
Wow.
And they, put together Talk to Me and people were like, what the fuck? And now they made Bring Her Back and they got to work with fucking Sally Hawkins, who's one of the best actresses.
She's
out
so
there.
good.
Has she won an Oscar yet? I think she should have.
No,
for
she's
Shape
not.
of Water. I know you hated Shape of Water. I loved Shape of Water. I'll shut up now. Number 2, Sinners.
Okay.
Did you see it?
I did see this.
Yay! So Ryan Coogler, the guy behind Black Panther and Creed, went full-on horror with Sinners, which came out in April 2025. It's set in the Mississippi Delta in 1932 and follows twin brothers, both played by Michael B. Jordan, who come home after years of crime and war only to face something darker than gangsters. Vampires.
Ooh.
The film mixes Southern Gothic horror with a period drama vibe, and it's loaded with atmosphere. You've got the sweat of the Delta, the sound of the blues, and this creeping supernatural evil that just won't let go. The cast around Jordan is strong too, with Haley Steinfeld, Delroy Lindo, Wunmi Musaku, Jamie Lawson, and even blues legend Buddy Guy making an appearance. What makes Sinners especially interesting is how it came together. The project was announced in early 2024, sparked a huge bidding war, and Warner Brothers ultimately came out on top after agreeing to Coogler's terms.
What were the terms?
In final cut and first dollar gross.
Okay.
That's almost unheard of for a director making an original horror film, but it shows the trust studios have in him. Coogler also pulled in his longtime collaborator Ludwig Göransson to score the movie, and the music is practically a character itself. Göransson leaned into the blues, even recording on a vintage 1932 resonator guitar, and worked with contemporary blues musicians to capture the sound. Haley Steinfeld even wrote and performed an original song, and Buddy Guy not only appears in the film, but contributed to the soundtrack as well.
The music is great.
Oh my God, the music is amazing. I loved it. I particularly love that scene when they're in the juke joint and the main character, I'm sorry, I forget his name at the top of my mind, but he's playing guitar and he starts to sing. And then it kind of leans into what they talk about at the beginning of the movie, which is music is kind of this cultural soul of a people.
Yeah.
And then you start to see all of what that music was before and what would come after it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh my God. It was so
That was
good.
cool.
I loved it. So the production went all out. They filmed on 65 millimeter stock with IMAX cameras in New Orleans, alternating aspect ratios between massive widescreen and towering IMAX frames. The budget hit around $100 million, making it one of the priciest original horror movies ever made. And it shows on screen. It's pretty good. Hannah Beachler's production design includes symbolic touches like church beams forming a hidden Wakanda Forever salute as a tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Even the costumes had history. Some were originally designed by Ruth E. Carter for Marvel's Stalled Blade project and then repurposed here with Marvel's blessing.
Interesting.
Coogler himself cited influences from Tarantino, Peele, Spike Lee, and even Metallica's song One while shaping the movie. When Sinners premiered in April, it was an event. It opened with $48 million in its first weekend and went on to gross $367 million worldwide, making it one of the biggest original films in years. Critics loved it. Rotten Tomatoes had it at 97%, with reviewers praising its mix of horror, music, and social commentary. CinemaScore audiences gave it an A, which is almost unheard of for horror. And some compared it to From Dusk Till Dawn, which I could absolutely see. Do you remember that one?
No.
From Dusk Till Dawn it wasn't Tarantino. It was
I don't think I saw this.
It was Rodriguez. Quentin Tarantino was in it as an actor.
Okay.
And with George Clooney and Salma Hayek. And it's these two like gangsters.
Okay.
George Clooney and Tarantino. And they go to this bar in, I think it's Mexico, and it turns out that it's full of vampires.
Oh, okay.
It's wild.
I mean, that does sound very similar to Sinners.
Yeah.
I will say, so yeah, I saw Sinners. I wish I had seen it before the hype, and I wish I'd seen it in theaters, because by the time that we saw it, we just watched it when it was streaming at home, and it had been so hyped up. So my expectations were like through the roof, and I already knew what it was. I think I knew too much about it because it did not hit me the way it hit a lot of people.
Yeah, because it hit me hard.
And you didn't know anything about it going in, right?
I didn't know anything about it.
See, I think that's the key.
And I saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, because like my sister and her whole family went, and they didn't know much about it, and they saw it in theaters, loved it, raved about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's fine.
Kate.
But
I'm
that's
sorry.
because it was so hyped up for me.
And that's okay. I mean, that's your experience, but I think you experienced it wrong.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I wish that I had seen it before I heard everything about it.
Because I only knew that there were maybe some vampires, and that's all it was. And I was like, so what is this going to be?
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, holy shit. I love this. The performances.
Things go crazy.
Things go way wild.
Yeah.
But I loved that clash of like the cultural sort of like Irish music and culture, and then what was going on with the South with all of that, and it coming together through music, and then sort of I'm going to give stuff away. I don't want to give too much away, but go watch it if you haven't seen it.
I mean, yeah, definitely give it a watch.
Still give it a watch. Yeah. Because I think, I loved what it stood for, I think is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Wild. Because you think it's over, and then there's that final like blowout. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, okay. So lots of money brings in. There's lots of money rolling in from the box offices. People are loving it. People are digging it. So it's already being hailed as one of the standout films of the decade, with Rolling Stone calling it proof that Coogler is pushing way beyond franchise fare. Wow. So we have more to look from him. This one is so good. It's streaming, I believe, on like major streaming services.
Yeah.
So go watch it. And then, Kate, you've seen, this is my number one.
Okay.
Which you've seen.
Okay.
Which is?
Are you going to say Weapons?
I am.
Okay.
Weapons. I know your thoughts on it.
Okay.
But I loved it.
Sure.
So this new horror film called Weapons came out August 8th, 2025, and had made big waves. It's directed, written, produced, and even partly scored by Zach Cregger, the same guy who did Barbarian in 2022, which kind of blew up with critics and audiences. This one is being called his sophomore triumph, and it's got the same mix of mystery, tension, and creepiness, but on a much bigger, more ambitious scale than Barbarian was. The movie centers on this bizarre case in a small Pennsylvania town where 17 kids from the same classroom suddenly run away at the exact same time one night, 2:17 a.m. That's about all you really need to know without spoiling a ton of it. It's the kind of story where every scene pulls you deeper into the mystery in how it's told. And
I liked the way it was told.
By perspective of all the main characters in the movie, which then leads you to sort of this final, like, insane thing. Anyway.
The third act is very fun.
It's wild. I loved the scene. I'm not going to give too much away, but I loved that final gotcha, you know? So the cast is stacked with some heavy hitters. Josh Brolin plays Archer, the dad of one of the missing kids. Julia Garner is Justine. Miss Gandy, the teacher whose class disappears. And Alden Ehrenreich plays a cop who also happens to be her ex. You've also got Austin Abrams as a drifter who gets tangled up in the whole mess. Benedict Wong as the school principal. And Amy Madigan as a mysterious relative who shows up at just the wrong time.
Just the wrong time.
It's very much an ensemble piece where all of the stories cross and collide in this non-linear way, kind of like the movie Magnolia, but as a horror film. So the backstory of how Weapons got made is almost as wild as the film itself. After Barbarian, Krager wrote this as a spec script and put it on the market in January of 2023. There was an instant bidding war between multiple studios. Netflix, Universal, TriStar, and New Line Cinema. And New Line ended up winning after dropping $38 million for it, which is huge for a script auction.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers Pictures distributed it and gave Krager final cut privileges, which is rare, especially for someone only on their second big film. Casting had some hiccups because of the Hollywood strikes in 2023, and a bunch of actors like Pedro Pascal and Renata Reinsve were originally attached but had to leave for scheduling conflicts. Eventually, Brolin Garner and Ehrenreich came on board, and according to Krager, Amy Madigan actually saved the movie with her take on her character.
Oh, nice.
When it hit theaters, Weapons opened big. It grossed $43.5 million opening weekend, topped the box office, and made Warner Brothers the first studio ever to have 6 films in a row open over $40 million.
Wow.
By the end of September, it had pulled in $265 million worldwide. It's sitting at a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, with words like Master of Horror being thrown around about Krager. Some reviews even compared it to the Brothers Grimm, the dark versions, not the Disney-fied ones. And here's a fun bit of trivia. The first screenings were held at exactly 2:17 p.m., a little nod to the movie's eerie obsession with the time, 2:17 a.m.
Well, I don't know. Do you talk about his friend that died?
No.
So I wish I had known this before seeing the movie because it would have given me a deeper appreciation for it. After we saw it, Matt looked it up. And so that group that he was a part of, that like sketch comedy or whatever group that they were a part of, one of his friends in that passed away.
Okay.
I think he passed away at 2:17 a.m.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of stuff in Weapons is a tribute to him. So like there's the scene with the hot dogs. And I was like, why are these people? There's 2 guys. Why do they need 7 hot dogs? That was a thing between him and his friend. And like that was, I think that might have even been part of a sketch they did. If for some reason you haven't seen it, or even if you have, I would say look up all of those little tidbits because I really wish I'd known that going in.
See, I don't. I liked all that weird shit. I don't need to necessarily know what it means when I'm watching it. I looked it up afterwards, but I didn't want to include it here because I don't want to spoil anything.
Well, I don't think it spoils anything. I think just knowing that the movie is really a tribute to his friend, which I'm so sorry I can't think of his name right now. I think it enhances what you're watching because it's a fun ride. Yeah, for sure. Like, and if it were on, I would probably like turn it on in the background as I'm doing stuff, you know? But yeah, I walked away because we went with a big group of people. We saw it at Alamo and we all kind of said the same thing about it, which, you know, is fine. That was kind of everyone's take. But then when Matt started looking stuff up and telling me about those things, I'm like, that gave me a deeper appreciation for it. So I think those little tidbits are fun. And with Alamo, did you see it at Alamo or different people?
I went to IMAX.
Okay. Because Alamo showed clips from their group that because they always do like a curated pre-show, and they showed clips from that group that they were all a part of.
Cool.
So yeah, I just wish that I had known a little bit about those little tidbits before.
And that's fair. I will say I didn't know, and not to like combat you or anything.
Oh, no.
I knew nothing, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Every second of it. I was into it. I was ready for it. You know, I had only seen the preview of the little girl talking about how all the classmates disappeared, and I was like, stop. And so I didn't watch anything else after that because I was like, no. This is something that I can't have spoiled.
Sure.
So any TikTok I came by, I went by it.
I mean, I think the trailer kind of gives away what the purpose of the kids are. Like, I think that was my kind of problem with the movie was the trailer gives it away. And then I think they tried to make that a reveal about the whole, why the kids left. I'm like, it didn't have an effect on our group because we were like, yeah, well, that's in the trailer. Like, do you not know that that's what they're doing? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I didn't know because I stopped watching the trailer.
Well, that's probably good for you then.
I loved it. Go watch it. No, but I appreciate that, Kate. Thank you for your opinion. Sorry, I said that in a really way.
That was such sass.
I didn't mean to sound sassy. No, thank you for contributing to that discussion. My whole list is just what I liked this year.
No, sure.
I guess is what I'm trying to say. So if there were things that you liked, please let us know. I'm not ending the episode yet because I still have honorable mentions.
Oh. I was like, this is a great segue on Instagram.
No, that's what I was going to say. So these are the movies that were on my list that just either didn't make the cut, I thought too much time had passed since viewing, or I've mentioned them at length already.
All right.
I wanted to keep having sort of seen these this year for the most part, but here are some ones I loved. Smile 2.
Loved it. Loved
Smile
it.
2.
We were just talking about this yesterday.
We were talking about it yesterday, yeah.
I think it stands alone. Like, I don't even think you have to see the first Smile to see Smile 2. And Smile 2, I liked way more than Smile, and I didn't dislike Smile, but Naomi Scott is phenomenal in that role.
Yeah.
So
that
good.
whole movie is so good.
It's so good.
I also loved A Quiet Place Day 1.
I didn't see that.
Have you seen the Quiet Place movies?
Yeah.
It's my favorite of the 3.
Okay.
There's just something about it. Lupita Nyong'o is so good, and she plays a woman who has cancer who is dying.
Oh, wow.
You know this from the very beginning get-go, and she has a emotional support kitty that she carries around with her, and they go to the city. Obviously, at the
a
day
kitty
one,
in the city?
A kitty in the city. Aliens are coming. I'm reading a musical called A Quiet Place Day 1.
Oh, you might want to talk to John Krasinski about that.
He'll be fine. To me, it wasn't even about the aliens and the monsters. It was like that was all happening in the background to this like phenomenal character-driven story of trying to save each other. Like it was beautiful.
Oh, okay.
I cried the whole time. Like it's an emotionally tense film.
Okay.
Because, Lupita meets this guy who's in the city for law school. I forget who he's played by. But, they sort of form this friendship bond to help each other out, like, as these horrible things are happening, as she's dying. Like, it's so emotionally charged. And I feel like the other two A Quiet Place movies really do well with that, too, because Emily Blunt and John Krasinski are amazing. But also, like, the aliens are also right there. It's happening. Like,
yeah,
they're always around.
It's in your face.
It's in your face, in your face, in your face. And in this one, it's not really. You see it all happen.
Sure.
And yeah, there are close encounters. But to me, that was like a backdrop.
Okay.
And I loved that.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then, of course, The Substance. Like,
you know what? Still haven't seen it.
Kate.
I know. Well, that's another one that got ruined for me.
I know.
Pretty much right away.
I know. Yeah.
And I think it's one that the effect is if you don't know what is going on before you see it, once you know, it's just kind of like, all right. And I would still like to see it, like for sure, but I know what happens. I know the whole concept. I know what's happening.
Yeah, and this is a case where I knew too. I knew, like, the trailer tells you what The Substance is. You can obviously see where it's going for sure, but it goes so far beyond that.
Okay.
That you're kind of like, what the fuck is happening?
All right. I mean, they also did the thing on the Oscars, and I was like, oh, okay. So I see what happens there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Shit.
But I mean, I still want to see it regardless.
Yeah, I think Demi Moore was robbed. I'll just end with that. Anyway, no. Some more honorable mentions. VHS Beyond, the anthology on Shudder, was really good.
Okay.
If you haven't seen any of the VHS found footage movies, I highly recommend. There's a bunch of them. And Shudder has been producing, the last previous. And then you've got VHS Beyond is all like cosmic alien horror stuff,
Uh-huh.
which was cool. And I liked some of them, but some of them were so I
All
didn't
right.
include it as like a whole one.
Okay.
And then we have VHS Halloween coming to Shudder this month.
Oh.
Then there was Daddy's Head, which was a stellar story, but just not as up to par. And lastly, The Devil's Bath. This was an extremely atmospheric, slow burn folk horror, which I really liked. But when I was doing my little rubric, it just didn't make the cut.
Uh-oh.
Very, very good movie. Again, didn't just wow me like the top 10.
Sure.
So 3 movies that I do want to mention that I have not seen yet that have been kind of out there and people have been talking about are The Conjuring Last Rites, The Monkey, and Companion.
Companion. I think I saw that.
So I think it's Sophie Thatcher. Is that her name?
So yeah, I did see that.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
I saw Conjuring. The Monkey I want to see. Every time I scroll past it, I'm like, I really need to watch this, but I just haven't had time.
That's what I've been watching. I want to like appreciate this. Like I want to sit down and like pay attention to it. So I will watch those at some point. I'll report back. We can talk about them.
So originally I was like, Kevin, do your horror movie rec for our first episode in October. I was like, pick like 5, your top 5 movies. A few days passed. He's like, so how many should I pick? And I said, try to keep it to an hour. He's like, okay, so 10. So you did your 10, and then you did 6 honorable mentions, and then you did 3 that you haven't seen that you want to. So 19 movies.
No, but I'm not recommending. Well, I'm recommending the auto.
I just like that you cannot.
There's so much good stuff out there. Why hide it?
No, I love it. I get it. Pick your top 5, and then 19 movies later.
There's 10 that I gave you a lot of info on. There's 9 that, we should just know about.
Alrighty.
So that's it. Tell me your horror movie recommendations. I want to hear from you. Please give me stuff to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to talk about it.
It's the season.
It's the reason for the season.
We need movie recs. We need to get our spooky on.
Yeah.
And you can let us know about those on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or Spotify at
Horrorwood Podcast.
Or send us an email at
horrorwoodpodcast@gmail.com.
Or you can pop on over to Patreon at
patreon.com/horrorwoodpodcast.
Horrorwood Podcast.
The Vordelak. Bye.